Static liquefaction's a failure mechanism that for decades and decades, we assumed that it was really only of concern for tailings dams. Since 2020, when the Edenville Dam failed in Michigan, and the video footage associated with that and the findings from that failure, it's become very apparent to both technical practitioners as well as regulators that static liquefaction is a much bigger concern than we ever realized, and may actually have been a failure mechanism that was underreported because we attributed it to these other mechanisms. Now that we recognize that, the risk it presents to non-tailings dams, hydropower generating dams, and municipal dams, that's become a big focal point for regulating bodies, both the federal and state level. And so we're seeing a big push for static liquefaction analyses and assessments, risk assessments from those regulatory bodies. And that's a big burden on the clients. When it comes to tailings dams, we also have the same risk with static liquefaction, and that's due to the loose deposition of the embankment materials in the tailings that can then liquefy under rapid rises in pore pressures, not just due to earthquake shaking, but just under static conditions, as the name would indicate. And so that, again, is a huge risk that every owner and operator of a tailings dam has to accept and address and mitigate where necessary. At Geosyntec, we've got a really strong team with a lot of experience with those assessments. We can bring that over from our mining group and from our general dam practitioners to provide those assessments and navigate that new regulatory challenge and possibly implement solutions to mitigate those risks.